Hello peoples! In today's video we're going to be talking about maneuvering, specifically how to turn your ship in the fastest way possible. Also, how to avoid missiles and incoming fire from your target. With the death mechanics coming into the game soon, I think you're going to want to avoid death if at all possible. Now this is just the tip of the iceberg on all the different types of maneuvers that you can do, but you got to start somewhere. Oh, and one more thing. I got off my ass and I have a Discord server up and running now. A link is on the main channel page in the upper right hand side of the banner, also in the video description below. So stop by, say hi, leave a note or two, let me know what your favorite snack is when you watch these videos. I'm kind of curious. Speaking of snacks, get one and a drink. It's October, so I'm thinking cider donuts. Ugh. Sit back, relax, and let's see how we do. So here's some real basic terminology first. A flat turn versus a combined turn. Flat turn, just that. You're flying flat and level. You're moving your joystick left or right and the ship turns. I would only use this if I'm trying to do some type of docking maneuver or something like that. I would not use this in combat. It's a good way to get killed. The reason being is because it takes too long for your direction of travel to come in line with your crosshairs. On the bottom you can see our combined turn here. What we have is a rotation in the direction that we want to go. So if we want to go right, we're going to rotate the ship to the right. If we want to go left, we rotate the ship to the left. We then pull back on the joystick or mouse and we move into the turn. It's a lot faster. Here's the exact same maneuver. The difference is we're going to add in afterburner or boost. And as you can see in the afterburner or boost one, we're already lined up. When we go back to the opposite direction, again, we're going to rotate to the right, pull up on the stick, use the afterburner, and boom, we're already done. We're already lined up. That's why it's green. Look how much longer it took in the combined turn. Now when we compare these two to the flat turn, look at how much longer it's going to take. So here in the combined turn with afterburner, right there we're already on target. We've already lined up. Here comes little Mosey, slowpoke, flat turn, trying to catch up. We're already going back to our original position in the combined turn with afterburner. Right now we've lined up and we're just waiting for the flat turn. So take a drink because it's going to be a while for the direction of travel to line up with your crosshairs. And here it comes. It's going to get there. Boom. There we go. So that's a good example. So now what we're going to do is give you a real-world practical exercise. We're going after our hurricane. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my combined turn. Now I'm going to slow down as he closes in. Here's my rotation. Notice that I'm able to keep him basically within my forward view. Now there goes my direction of travel. I'm firing my guns on him. No problem. I can continue to bank around. Now, hurricanes are notorious for trying to joust you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decouple. I'm going to lower my speed. And now all I have to worry about is keeping this target in front of me. I'm not going to allow the hurricane to joust me. Notice that I'm still behind him. Now, basically, in a decoupled mode, I have a little bit more freedom, a little bit more finesse on maneuvering around. You get the 6 degrees of movement here versus coupled mode where you're basically flying like the hurricane is in front of me. Now what I can do is I can keep my nose and my guns on the target the entire time. This hurricane cannot get away from me at this point. All I need to do is just make sure I don't overshoot, and I'm going to do that by controlling with my throttle. So here we go. We've whittled him down and he's toast. So that's one example of using a combined turn in combat along with your decouple mode and throttle, of course. Now what we're going to do is we'll look at an example of using a combined turn to avoid incoming fire. Now we've all been in this situation before. You're closing in on the target, they lock a missile and they fire it in your face. Easiest way to avoid this: use your countermeasures. Do a combined turn, so we're going to rotate, and then add in some lateral movement of some kind, either vertical or horizontal. This is going to cause a corkscrew effect, and 90% of the time the missile is going to miss you. Here we transition using our combined turn to get our guns on target. Pretty good transition. And you're going to see here another example of using decoupled mode to your advantage. So I want you to take a look at this target and see how often it drifts off my screen. I'm doing a combined roll. I'm not having too much of a problem keeping my gun sights on the target until it goes off my view. Now this is because the Hurricane again is trying to get into a joust with us, and we're in a flight mechanic that is more akin to atmospheric flight. So now I've decoupled, and you'll notice that that target is kind of settled down. It's a lot easier for me to keep him in front of me now. He's not drifting off my screen as much. And that's what you're going to use decouple for. Again, it's that 6 degrees of movement. Now, because I'm not working as hard to try and keep my crosshairs on the target, it's a little bit easier. I've got a little bit more situational awareness. So you'll notice that there are a couple ads flying around, total of 3, and they're going to continue to fire at me despite the fact that I'm pressing my attack on the Hurricane. They're also going to launch missiles at me. Now, because I'm not concentrating as much as I would if I was not in decoupled mode to keep my guns on the target, I can pick up those missile warnings and then take appropriate action. So basically what we're going to do is fire off a flare and do some type of barrel roll or something like that to avoid any incoming missiles when needed. So here comes the saber. Watch that saber. Here comes the missile. So I was able to avoid the missile. It caused me to momentarily lose my gun trace on the target of the Hurricane there, but I wanted to make sure I avoided the missile. And because it was a little bit easier, I've been able to keep my guns on the target a lot longer. Basically, the Hurricane goes down. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. Again, it's a basic one to get you into doing some combined turns if you haven't done it, and using decoupled mode. Go ahead and practice those. Start getting your skills up if you haven't done those before. They will definitely help you for more advanced types of maneuvers that you will start doing later on. For our dogfighters out there, our expert dogfighters, and believe me, there's a lot of them. You guys are looking at this saying, Tyjax, that was a basic video. You're right, it was. It was aimed at trying to get everybody at least at a starting point. So for you expert dogfighters out there, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section on what maneuvers you like to use and in what situations. And don't forget to pop in on the Discord server and leave a note and say hi. Now, if you like and enjoy the video, then please hit that like button, the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. And as always, till next time, take care.